Thank you, Mike. Thank everybody for coming tonight, too. It really kind of makes us feel better for the work we've been doing to have this kind of turnout tonight. So I appreciate everybody coming. And what I am going to do, like Mike said, is just give a brief overview of the home address, or the study, the community study that we did. And with that, we think Mobridge is one of the best communities in South Dakota. We actually think it's the best community, but we wanted to show a little modesty here. And with our efforts, we're going to be the best. What we've done so far is we partnered with Dakota Resources. Initially we went out to community members and we interviewed individuals about what they saw as the housing needs. And we got quite a few responses. I think there were 16 individuals that we interviewed that returned their questionnaires, and we found out quite a bit about what they saw as a need for housing in Mobridge. The goals of the study were to provide updated demographic data, including the latest census, provide an analysis of the current housing stock and inventory, and determine gaps in our unmet housing needs, and provide a market analysis for housing development. And then we've got some recommendations and findings. This study was funded by local resources and community partners, or it was a funded study by Community Partners Research, but the cost of it was funded by industrial development and some other help. And then now we organize this community forum. Like I said, we talked to 16 community members, and the most common needs identified was affordable starter homes, and then apartments and rentals. We get calls for apartments or rentals all the time in our office. And then we had quite a bit of mention about rehabbing old homes, and then affordable new construction. They did a windshield survey of 476 single-family duplexes and 109 mobile homes, and to put this data together. One of the things that we discovered, according to 2014 estimate, is Mobridge has 3,392 residents. The number of residents 55 and over is increasing, and now makes up 36% of our population, which is a national trend. The study shows a net gain of 75 people, 45 and older, and a net loss of 184 people that are 44 and younger. 62.7% own their own homes, and 37.3% rent, which is above the statewide average. So 1 out of 3 people in Mobridge are renting. The median household income has increased 58% since 2000. Was 25.5 thousand, now it's up to 40.5. So that was quite an increase. 1 in 3 households are singles, living alone. 1 in 3 households are renting, and 7 in 10 households under the age of 34 rent. Why does housing matter? Well, we need new residents to be employees in our community, and we want new residents so our community is vibrant and growing. And if they can't find adequate housing, they don't choose to live here. And so that makes it matter. We want to attract and retain businesses. Businesses can't get their employees if they don't have housing for them. So, it's a real issue that we have to be concerned about. And when we talk about what is affordable, it's the national average says if you spend more than 30% of your annual income on housing, then that's over what you should be spending. And in Mobridge, 38% of the people pay more than 30% of their income on housing costs, and 49.6% pay less than 30% of their income. And that's on the rental side of it. But on the ownership side of it, 85% of the people pay less than 30% of their income, in housing costs and 12% pay more. There are 950 owner-occupied residents and 564 renter-occupied residents in Mobridge, and 213 vacant units. Now, those vacant units also consist of summer homes for people. Some of them are for sale and vacant, and I think the number of actual vacant homes is around 105, which to me that was a surprising number. The median sale price from 2011 to 2014 was $66,500, and the mean sale price was $85,000. Vacant units are either for rent, for sale, or seasonal use. When we did the housing conditions survey, they wanted to, kind of concentrate on the older areas of town, which is the original part of Mobridge. And those areas include southeast part of town from Main to 13th Avenue East and just to south of Grand Crossing. The southwest was Main to 7th Avenue West, south of Grand Crossing. And then the northeast was north from Main Street to 8th Street and then east to 7th Avenue East. And they categorize these houses as either sound, needs minor repairs, major repairs, or dilapidated. And the sound homes are in good move-in condition, and they may contain some minor code violations. The needs minor repairs are in pretty good condition, but have one or two major improvements needed, good rehab candidates. The ones that need major repairs need multiple major improvements such as roof, windows, siding, structures, foundation, may or may not be good rehab candidates. And the other ones could be abandoned homes and might be candidates for demolition and clearance. In the rental housing survey, at the time of the survey, we were surprised to learn that there was 10 units available out of 142 for rent, subsidized units. Since then, we found out that those units are all filled, and that's in about a month. But the market rate, there was only one home available, and that home was just being cleaned and was going to be rented very shortly. And in the senior living arrangements with services, there was 3 places available. So to get that information, they contacted 136 market rate units. Those are individually owner-occupied homes, 142 federally subsidized units, 24 senior independent assisted living units, and 163 skilled nursing memory care beds. So they spent a lot of time developing that. So now we get into the recommendations from the study. What we determined was we need 20 to 24 market rate rental units. And those would be something like a single family home or a duplex. We need to find out how we could convert 16 to 20 affordable market rate rental units, develop those, and maybe 12 to 14 new subsidized rental units, and identify some solutions for hard-to-house tenants. That's one of the issues that comes up quite a bit, and we think there should be some sort of a education process for tenants and maybe for landlords to go through so that they all have some standards. The home ownership recommendations was to promote home ownership assistance programs and find out what funding sources are available and maybe come up with a purchase rehab program where somebody could buy an older home and fix it up. Seems to be that's a little more affordable than building a new home. The single family housing recommendations, We need some more lots to build on. In the past in Mobridge, we've had 3 to 5 homes a year built. And some of those homes are within our 3-mile area, but some of them are, and they're built outside of the city limits. So we need some available lots inside the city limits to build on. We want to encourage lot sales and gradual construction over the next 5 years through competitive pricing and incentives that are usually user-friendly and well-marketed, and then promote some twin homes or townhomes. We thought that would be something people would like. As far as the rehabilitation recommendations, we want to promote some sort of a housing rehab program for homeowners and for landlords. Develop a neighborhood revitalization program, and develop rental and inspection programs and registration. Other recommendations were to acquire and demolish dilapidated structures, create a plan to coordinate the efforts, encourage employer involvement in housing, promote commercial rehab, which we've been seeing some of that done in Mobridge, develop a marketing plan, and implement a time of sale on mobile homes. So now we get to the point where we need your help. And that's our next step. You know, we need to, this meeting tonight is going to try to determine what our vision for the future is and what we're going to do about it and what direction we're going to take. And so we want to open the discussion up with everybody who's here to try to determine which way this will go. Mike, thank you.